Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be discussing about Usha Martin's Concall. I've already covered Usha Martin's result update in the previous video. In one of my videos, you can always go to the YouTube playlist Q4 result update and check. So today we'll be discussing about the Concall, and we saw in the result one thing was that we saw revenue and profitability both were muted this quarter. There was not a lot of volume growth also, like on a consolidated basis. If you see, the volume growth was hardly up by 1%, right? So why now we've gotten the answers from Concall Cash to like why the revenue and profitability were muted. The first thing was the problems from the last quarter continued, which is the LRPC volumes, right? उनका तीन है wire rope, wire strand and LRPC, ठीक है? Wire ropes जो है they contribute around 71% of the revenue, right? Yeah, 71% of the revenue. Earlier it used to contribute around 63%. This year it is contributing 71%. Now wire rope पे कुछ problem नहीं था, ठीक है? It was okay. I think it was volumes at least थोड़ा so बड़ा. But wire strand and LRPC we saw like volumes were flat or at least had been degrow. Now LRPC में last time also we saw that what has happened was the foreign players that are there, the players that are there in the US, Europe and Korean players that are there, they were able to provide this LRPC at a very low price. As a result, even Usha Martin also had to get competitive, and they had to the average sale realization जो होता है इनका वो कम होने लगा, and because of that even the margins got affected. So slowly that Usha Martin is telling कि like आगे जाके हम ये LRPC में कम करेंगे, we are going to decrease our dependency because यहाँ पे ये margins का बहुत issue आ रहा है, and going forward ये value added products जो है LRPC में such as galvanized LRPC हो या plasticated LRPC हो, इसमें margins भी ज़्यादा है. As a result we will focus on this, ठीक है? That is number one. The other reason for muted revenue and profitability was a Red Sea crisis, which I think we've seen a lot of companies in last quarter talk about it. There could be a problem because of Red Sea crisis, because ये Israel और Hamas के war के वजह से that entire route has been blocked, right? And अभी जो भी shipment जा रहा है US और Europe में, for that shipment it is getting delayed by 15 to 20 days. Or not only that, your freight cost is also going up as a result. Now the same thing has happened even to Usha Martin because of this Red Sea crisis. उनका UK में उनका एक जो subsidiary है Brunton Shop बोल के, there what has happened to reach the materials, they had to send the materials from India to there, that got delayed, and as a result Q4 में billing नहीं हो पाया, right? So because see, most of the times the billing happens here, it could be on a basis of FOB buyer या FOB seller, FOB buyer या seller. Now what happens is depending on the shipping, right? Until and unless some of your products are reached to the port and the buyer and this buyer over there is giving you the slip telling you like yes we have received the product, right? You cannot recognize it as sale. Sometimes what happens is, again it depends on the shipping policy and everything what you choose, different accounting policy is there. Let's not get into detail of that. Now because of this ये delay हुआ ये Hamas का war के वजह से, as a result they couldn't get whatever the sale that happened in Q4 could not be recognized this quarter, and it will be recognized in Q1. That is the reason we saw that the sales was down by 3.1%, and we saw that the profitability was down. It was flat, right? It was 105C last year as well as this Q4 too. So that is one of the reasons. Now आते हैं अभी केपेक्स के बारे में क्या हो रहा है, ठीक है? Now we know that Usha Martin उसका पहला था एक we went through a phase of turnaround where the entire debt was getting taken care of. उनका एक स्टील का बिजनेस जो था उसका divestment हुआ था, and then after that the company had promised कि like from here we want to grow our company, and for that we are doing a lot of capex. The phase 1 of the capex जो था रांची का, that is done in Q4 and Q1 FY25 से. So अभी का जो हो रहा है टाइम में right now it is getting commissioned for commercial purposes, and right यहाँ पे तो we are talking about a very manufacturing का capex, so it is not like एक plant बेटा हुआ and boom like अगले दिन ही like you can start making wire. No, it happens slowly उनका full capacity reach होने में time लगता है, so slowly they reach. So in the next 9 to 12 months you can see कि like the plant that is there, it can be operating at full capacity, right? And उनका ये कहना है कि management का ये कहना है कि like from this plant that is there, रांची का capex phase 1 है, from here we can generate around 15,000 to 20,000 tons of volumes. That is what you can expect because of this addition of this Ranchi ka plant, and you can expect a volume growth of 12 to 15%, right? Because of this, ठीक है? And not only that, going forward, unka phase 2 of this Ranchi will also get started. And here also they want to start doing only value-led products only, okay? And now there is this rock knitting. What is it? Yeah, rockfall netting एक टाइप ऑफ वायर जो होता है और नेट्स जो होता है, जो वायर स्टैंड से बनता है. बेसिकली यू वुड हैव सीन दिस माउंटेन्स में ना, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स ऑल दिस रॉक्स दे गेट डिफॉर्म्ड एंड दे फॉल और देयर इज ब्रेक, there is this destruction that happens. So as a result, you cover these mountains with everything with this netting. So if these rocks or anything fall, they fall on this. So these are this high value, high margin products that are there, which is made up of aluminium and zinc. That is what they want to develop in this phase 2 of the capex of Ranchi for this rock netting buyers. They want to develop this mining में जो जाता है, wind energy में जो जाता है, all of these wires they want to develop in phase 2. ठीक है. And इस phase 2 में around 176 crores लगेगा, sorry 167 crores. अभी तक start नहीं हुआ है capex, they're starting about to do it and it will take another 18 to 24 months. ठीक है. So this is more on the capex end. और उनका जो सऊदी अरेबिया में जो last quarter they had started, right, they set up a subsidiary over there, and they've started providing solutions over there in Saudi Arabia, the service solutions over there. That is going really well according to plan, and we all know, right, Saudi right now is doing a lot of infrastructure ka investment, tourism ka investment over there. They're getting a change around there, so this is where they see another market in the Middle Eastern countries, right, to do well. Now इसके अलावा अगर आप देखते हो, there is not a lot much to talk about. The only thing here is आगे जाके there is only one thing that Usha Martin is hoping on is कि like 12 to 15% का volume growth they are targeting, and going forward because of all this capex, phase 1, phase 2 capex in Ranchi, Thailand का capex and everything, they want to increase, like volume growth करना है पर value led product से. They want to get the volume growth from value led products because उनका जो general purpose है, LRPC है, right, general purpose wire ropes, LRPC में बहुत margins का problem आ रहा है because competition is there and they always have to play that price cut का game. Going forward, they want to play the value game and not the volume game with GP and LRPC, but volume game with all these value-led products. That is what the company is targeting. Okay. Now, other than this, if you have to talk about, let's go through the balance sheet and the cash flow statement. Okay. I think this would have been better if I did it on Google Meet. I could have shared the screen and then gone through every line item and shown you, but yeah, it's too late to do that now. So first of all, if you look at your आपका current asset और current liability, asset liability mismatch अगर आप करते हो, there is no asset liability mismatch. So in case tomorrow if there is any short term problem, you know that the company has enough assets on its assets on its balance sheet to take care of it. So asset liability mismatch अगर आप current ratio देखते हो, it is at a strong 2.6. Now here also another thing to note down here is most of the times what happens, अगर आपका current assets में देखते हो ना, like most of your like आपका जो कैश जो है अटका पड़ता हो इन्वेंटरीज में. सो इफ एनी प्रॉब्लम्स कम्स, राइट, यू कांट सेल योर इन्वेंटरीज टू योर, यू कांट पे ऑफ योर विथ whomever you take your debt, your vendors and everything, you can't sell them the inventories, be like अरे यार मैंने आपसे तो उधार ले लिया पर आप अभी मेरा माल ले लो और फिर पैसा लाइक खत्म करो. दैट डजंट हैपन, राइट. सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू चेक क्विक रेशियो. ओके, क्विक रेशियो भी यहाँ पे वेरी तगड़ा है, 1.6 है, सो नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. उनका अगर बोरिंग्स भी देखते हो, लाइक एज बिकॉज दे हैड अ वेरी स्ट्रक्चर्ड डेट प्लान टू गो थ्रू. लॉन्ग टर्म बोरिंग्स also has been reduced. Short term borrowings is also flat. There is no problem even in terms of borrowings also. Book value जो है उनका equity base जो है उतना कुछ बड़ा नहीं है. It is almost in that range only, not a lot. Sorry, not book value, उनका ROE जो है. Now of course, right, when you talk about ROE is flat at 32% only from last year to this year. Not a lot, probably few like 32.1 से 32.5 हुआ है, so not a lot of change. Now see ROE का अगर आप बात करते हो तो पहले 3 component है, right. One is financial leverage. उनका जो पहला पार्ट था जो ROE improve हुआ, वहाँ पे ये फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज का पार्ट बहुत अच्छे से प्ले हुआ बिकॉज उनका वो स्टील बिजनेस से बहुत प्रॉब्लम था. दैट एंटायर डाइवेस्टमेंट हो गया था. सो हियर इन द फर्स्ट पार्ट व्हेन उषा मार्टिन वाज having a turnaround story ना, that is where this entire financial leverage came into play. But here now the two main important part of ROE is one आपका margins है और एक है आपका asset turnover. Margins पे you will have to start selling a lot more of your value added products और asset turnover में आपको volumes ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा volumes करना है. Now hopefully like what they've told in that उनका मैनेजमेंट कमेंट्री में जैसा बोला phase 1 और phase 2 के जो capex हो जाएगा उसके वजह से आपको 12 to 15% volume growth बनेगा. And since they are only going to be focusing on value added products over here, यहाँ से probably margins भी बढ़ सकते हैं. So because of these two reasons, right, value added products का लाना and volume growth लाना 12 to 15%, we could see probably margins also increase, आपका पैट मार्जिन जो है यहाँ पे इंक्रीज होगा एंड अनदर रीजन यू कैन सी इज एसेट टर्नओवर जो है विल गेट बेटर. सो एज अ रिजल्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दीज टू यू विल सी दैट ROE will also improve going forward probably next year. This is something that we can hope on in terms of ROE over here. ठीक है. The next thing अगर आप कैश फ्लोज में देखते हो, कैश फ्लोज जो है इट हैज इंक्रीज बाय 45% लाइक द ऑपरेटिंग कैश फ्लो जो है फ्रॉम लास्ट ईयर टू दिस ईयर. ठीक है. आप सारा बिफोर वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस ऑल्सो जो है इट इज पॉजिटिव. वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस के बाद भी अगर आप देखते हो फिर भी पॉजिटिव है एंड इट इज इंक्रीज ऑल्सो. ठीक है. नाउ ओनली वन थिंग इज हियर, यहाँ पे अगर आप देखते हो वर्किंग कैपिटल लाइक आफ्टर दैट इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज में जब आप देखते हो क्या ये कैश फ्लोज वहाँ पे नेगेटिव हुआ है क्योंकि लॉट ऑफ द मनी हैज बीन यूज्ड इन प्लांट प्रॉपर्टी एंड इक्विपमेंट. नाउ दिस इज अ गिवन राइट बिकॉज उन्होंने फेज 1 का केपेक्स किया, फेज 2 का केपेक्स स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. वहाँ पे उनका जो एक सब्सिडरी है उषा मार्टिन सीएम विच इज इन थाईलैंड, वहाँ पर भी एक केपेक्स चल रहा है. देन ब्रंटन शॉ जो यूके में है वहाँ पर भी दे आर गेटिंग अप दिस क्या है वो स्लिंग समथिंग, देयर इज अ सिल्वर स्लिंग और समथिंग, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द नेम. वहाँ पर भी उसका भी एक केपेक्स चल रहा है. एंड अदर देन दैट ब्रंटन शॉ के एक सब्सिडरी जो है दुबई में विच इज हेल्पिंग दैट सऊदी अरेबिया का बिजनेस राइट, दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर. सो लॉट ऑफ सब्सिडरी का केपेक्स एंड देयर इंक्लूडिंग एवरीथिंग. ये रांची का इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दैट देयर हैज बीन अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सपेंडिचर. उसके वजह से कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग के बाद ये मेजर मनी हैज गॉन हियर इन द केपेक्स. उसके बाद थोड़ा नेगेटिव में आता है. ठीक है. बट ओवरऑल इट इज फाइन बिकॉज एज अ बिजनेस इफ यू आर गोइंग टू यूज दैट money to invest it in your own growth and to develop more products, develop more more volume, I do not see the reason if cash flow at the end becomes negative because of that. So absolutely okay. Very tagada balance sheet, very good cash flows, no problem at all with it, right? Over the span of years they've really like because it was really bad for them in the entire 2018 to 2020 that time, like really horrible period for all these wire rope companies. But all this Bharat Wires, DP Wires, Usha Martin, but at least right now they're being very kya bolte satark, very cautious, very aware of the fact that how important it is to maintain a really good tagda sheet, and that is what they've been doing. See, going forward, one thing with Usha Martin is पहले जो हुआ तो उनका जो turnaround story था वो तो हो गया. ठीक है. They had also when this turnaround story happened, they had three main goals. One is we'll have to sell this steel का business, एक turnaround करके debt ridden से we have to get rid of this debt and everything, and third from here we need to scale it up and become a very sustainable business where we have to improve our money, improve our cash flows and get more of the business by volume led growth. Okay. And last time in the beginning of the year they had guided for a 10 to 15% ka volume growth, which we didn't see happen this year, right? Because the last 3 quarters we are seeing a lot of muted growth only, nothing much has happened. You'll also see, I always keep telling you कि like जो भी business है ultimately आप stock price देखो, it is a reflection of business performance and you'll see it here also, right? So the only thing going forward as a management has guided is capex के वजह से we have to see in the next 9 to 12 months एक 12 to 15% का volume growth आना चाहिए because of this, right? And of course value added products जो है that has to increase. As of right now इस पूरे साल में अगर आप देखते हो value added products इस 100% का revenue में अगर आप देखते हो 51% is contributed by VAP, value added products. So going forward we have to see कि like ये 51% से इस capex के वजह से कितना increase होता है, and very important is this volume growth जो 12 to 15% उन्होंने guide किया है, that has to happen. Because until now कि like we understand कि like एक volume growth आने में problem हो रहा था because there was not a lot of capacity, right? And they couldn't even have added more capacity also because of all the debt issues and everything. They had to be very cautious. So going forward now there is no reason क्योंकि रांची का भी capex हो गया. Now they have to really buckle up and be able to deliver, right? Because last 3 quarters we didn't see that. Hopefully, really hopeful that things turn around for them again, like for the good, and all the Red Sea crisis, everything gets over, and they are able to deliver that 12 to 15% ka growth. So that's that about Usha Martin. I will do the P2P analysis when Bharat Wire ka I cover the Concall. I've covered the result update of Bharat Wire, but unka Concall nahi aaya hai. So when the Concall ka transcript comes out, I will do it, and that time we'll do the P2P of both Usha Martin and Bharat Wires. Okay. Until then, yeah. टेक केयर, बाय. एंड आई विल बाय द वे आज का कोई भी अपडेट्स नहीं आया है अभी तक मेरा जो कंपनीज है ट्रैकिंग लिस्ट में. विल कवर ऑल दी अदर कमिंग रिजल्ट अपडेट इन अनदर वीडियो. सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे एंड टेक केयर, बाय बाय.